Hi there, this is Nicola from Forever Young Autobiographies. It's the place to learn how to write your life story for family and friends so that unique memories can live on for future generations. Welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe and hopefully like this video. Today's topic is telling the truth and surefire ways to out skeletons in your family closet. Bit of a Halloween theme here, but I've got some great ideas for you to share. So let's jump in. Now, telling the truth. What is telling the truth? What is the definition of truth? Now, most people would probably say it's based on reality and it's based on fact, what actually happened. Usually it involves evidence, and it does tie in with the notion of honesty and integrity. So that would be a broad definition of what is truth. Now, there's also different types of truth, surprisingly, but there's factual truth, logical truth, and there's a few others such as ethical truth, geographical truth, and mathematical truth, among others. So yeah, that was a surprise to me, those extra ones. But the main ones we'd probably need for our autobiography or memoir is factual truth and logical truth. So, how do we uncover the truth? What are the key ways? Now, I've been a journalist working on daily newspapers in Australia for a long time, and we're always trying to get to the truth before we publish anything, obviously for defamatory reasons, slanderous reasons, and just, that's what newspapers are. We aim to tell the truth. So my key suggestions would be, number one, is try and get some evidence of what you think is this skeleton in the closet. Now, there's different places you could find this. Some of them are free. For example, you've got births, deaths and marriages records online for your state. You can pull these up if they're quite early on, like maybe beginning of last century. They're pretty much free, or for a small fee you could get those paid for and delivered to you. So that's one way. Also searching back through newspapers to confirm things, or going to other records like court records, school records, health records, anything like that. That is a document. It's something that will confirm your suspicions or this skeleton in the closet. So I would aim for documents, even receipts or things like that, written records. That would be my number one suggestion. So yeah, go for hard evidence. But okay, that's not always possible. We're talking about things sometimes decades ago. So what could we do if we're drawing blanks here? I would say number two is to ask somebody who was there or who knows about what happened. So obviously you could ask other family members, even friends, that kind of thing. Now, the problem with asking people, and I've interviewed lots, is everybody's perspective on events changes or is different. There's a lot of people may have watched the same event unfold, and their different perspective or their different backgrounds means they give a similar but maybe different or even conflicting accounts. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not telling the truth, it's just their point of view. So just be wary of that, and always remember that this is your story that you're telling, or a story you are telling for your loved one. So that is the main key. Always remember, you just include what you want to include. Obviously, a life story has the light and the shadow. There's good bits and bad bits. It's not all going to be happy rainbows, so you want to include a bit of both so that your reader is not suspicious that you're holding back, that you are telling the truth. So please keep that in mind. Okay, we've talked to people, we've tried to get some actual hard copy evidence, but now what? There's still gaps, okay? Now what do we do? I would suggest is stepping back and thinking about the situation logically. Now, logically means reviewing the facts. looking at the times, thinking about the characters and their motivation, even the setting and the times, what was going on at the time, what was the cultural expectations. They're really good ways of nutting out what might have happened. Now, you can be creative and come up with your own ideas of what happened. That's completely fine. It's your story, but I would warn that you always make it clear to your reader that, look, be transparent. I don't know what's going on with this, what happened here, but this is my best guess. This is what I think what happened. So just make that known up front. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, now the bonus way you can find out the truth is what us journos call a hunch. Police probably do it too. Is you know you've looked at everything from all angles and something's just not right. It's too convenient, or there's some loose end, and you're like, oh, it sort of gets a bit addictive. You're like, oh, I'm too curious, I have to find out. So yes, that may mean going back and looking at everything that you've uncovered, analysing it from different viewpoints, and just following up on that hunch. But be warned, it is addictive, and be mindful that you don't go down a whole new rabbit hole and lose sight of the bigger picture, which is to finish your project, your life story project. So to summarise, that's what is truth and different types we can use in our autobiography. So I'll recap. Now, we've talked about definition of truth being based on reality and fact, and different types of truth, and main key ways that you can uncover truth for your memoir or autobiography. One would be evidence, two would be asking people for their perspective, and three would be your logical assumption or logical conclusion. And that wild card, if you've got a hunch, go with it. Yeah, but not too extreme. Don't get sidetracked. So I hope that has helped you uncover skeletons in your family closet and get that story written. If you'd like to read more about this topic, I've got a whole article on my website, foreveryoungautobiographies.com, and I go into a bit more detail there. I've also got a bonus for viewers, which is the My Family Stories system, which I've written to help people interview loved ones about their life story. Now, there's some free chapters or free sections to that, which you can sign up for below. I'll leave the link. And that's a great way when you are uncovering the truth. If you need to interview a loved one or a friend or anybody for that matter, there's my top interviewing techniques in there. So make sure you sign up. Now, if you've already got a skeleton in your closet that you're investigating, that's awesome. If you think you've got one, I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, I'd love for you to like and subscribe, because it really helps other people find the channel. So until next time, thanks for watching and happy writing.